Chapter 12. How the World Works. 4 months passed, and Cyrus grew into a fat, happy baby who chuckled endlessly and never stopped moving. Unlike her other children, he was not a good sleeper. He nursed ravenously, several times a night. In exhausted desperation, she called for a wet nurse for the first time in her nearly 14 years as a parent. Every 5 days or so, she turned Cyrus over to a buxom blonde woman who had nursed many of Maliana's little aristocrats. She went to bed immediately after supper, with Pansy and Shoo standing guard at her door. The maid and the parrot wouldn't let anyone disturb her, not Gregory or the girls. She always fell into a deep sleep and woke up in the same position as morning light crept into her room. Sometimes she drooled on her pillow. Not very fitting for a queen consort, but she didn't care. The sleep got her through another 5 days, until she needed to catch up again. As for Natalie, Eleanor asked Rosemary to give her private lessons in the deepest corners of Eclatant's library. Even Eleanor hadn't perused many of those stacks, as they contained books in Old Talesi. She only knew a few words of modern Talesi, much less the 500-year-old version. Eleanor promised Rosemary she would tell Gregory as soon as Orvid Jones and Dorian returned. She didn't have any real reason for delaying, but Rosemary grudgingly agreed, and the two women loved one another too much to continue fighting. In the meantime, Rosemary provided Natalie with some magical release and lessons on how to control her power. She lit a stepladder on fire, Rosemary told Eleanor one high winter afternoon. "High God," Eleanor sighed. "You know I hate to be wrong, but she may indeed harm someone." I taught her an extinguishing spell. Or, I should say, I showed it to her. She watched me perform it once. Rosemary snapped her fingers. Like that, she performed it herself. The days wore on, and Eleanor vacillated between contentment and despair.